Welcome back, everyone, to Season 2 of Littleroot Lessons Draft League. So, in the off-season, the Sedalia Rosalias moved across the country and have rebranded to the Baltimore Blazikens, coached, of course, by yours truly. If you've been following along on the podcast, we've talked about the draft and everything the last couple weeks. I drafted at 4 out of 20 teams this season, up from I think 14 or 15 in season 1. So I drafted 4th overall. Drafted Incineroar, Rotom Wash, Single Strike Urshifu, Serena, Mudsdale, Dragalge, Gardevoir, Espeon, Klinklang, and Cloyster. In my prep work for week 1, I realized that Espeon didn't actually provide anything to the team, so I have cut Espeon and have picked up Manectric. This week I am playing Mafia, who has a very interesting team. His big threats are like Cinderace. He has a rain team with Barraskewda, Kingdra, but his rain setter is going to be Sableye. He also has Wishy-Washy, which, for anyone following along last season, Slacking made a very, very deep run into the draft league with Wishy-Washy. And then Mafia has Runerigus, Azurill to be able to double up his Runerigus into with weakness policy, and then be able to gain the huge power ability from Runerigus. So that's what we've kind of been preparing for this week. And that's kind of where what has led us to the team I'm bringing this week. So we have Serena with that Queenly Majesty, going to really be able to disrupt the Sableye is its main goal here. Being able to shut off Fake Out and Quash from the Sableye, as well as just adding some various type coverage that we kind of were missing otherwise. So holding that Assault Vest, this is a pretty important Pokemon, I think, for this week. It specifically only counters the Sableye, but I think that with that counter, it can really benefit us and let us be able to control the tempo at which we want to play. Bringing in Incineroar to be able to counter the Cinderace, it also can shut down, the Intimidate hurts Cinderace, it hurts Barraskewda, Runerigus doesn't like seeing it, Alolan Sandslash doesn't like it, and Wishy-Washy also don't like it. The problem is Runerigus, Wishy-Washy, Barraskewda can all counter it. So having the Intimidate support seems really important for this week. So originally this was going to be Dragalge, and I changed this 2 days ago and really, really wanted the Incineroar. So we also have Manectric. This Manectric is really important because we have Lightning Rod, which we'll see is really important here later. But at level 50, when this is calculated, it's going to be exactly 1 point slower than my Klinklang, which is carrying Discharge. So we can be able to Lightning Rod, hit both of their Pokemon, trigger our Lightning Rod, and just really go big. Electro Ball has Electro Ball at +1 with Choice Specs, allows us to OHKO the Wishy-Washy if it's Dynamaxed. And that is absolutely insane. So Manectric here is really the big counter to Wishy-Washy. If he's bringing it, it can also deal with Rotom Mow because we have Flamethrower. It can deal with the Kingdra because we have Snarl. The problem is Kingdra's going to be able to outspeed it, and we don't have good defenses. So Manectric is here really to pick up exactly 1 KO, and that's its job. That is all it needs to do. So it's not a good Kingdra counter. Barraskewda is going to be able to outspeed it, so need to really watch out for a couple different things with Manectric if we're trying to do it. Rotom carrying the Choice Scarf is going to be able to deal with the Cinderace. Notably, it's also faster, so we have Discharge, so we can Discharge spam with Manectric as well. But we also have Trick, so we can be able to give this Choice Scarf to anything if they go for Trick Room, which I don't anticipate this week because I don't think they have a Trick Room setter outside of Runerigus, which is its own abuser as well. But notably, Klinklang. Oh no! I changed my Klinklang because I cut the Dragalge. I actually added Flash Cannon. I originally had Trick Room on this, so that we could Trick Room plus Trick, give the choice card to something. Now it's going to move last. But because I cut the Dragalge, I wanted to be able to have the steel coverage, so I added Flash Cannon. So between Rotom having Thunder Wave and Kling having Thunder Wave, those are our two biggest forms of speed control this week. We have a good Trick Room team potentially, but this week I didn't feel like Trick Room was viable just because our Trick Room setters aren't able to set up in the face of what they have going on. So I felt like Trick Room wasn't acceptable to be able to play this week, and I wanted to be able to counter it appropriately. So moving on here to the Kling, we have Ally Switch, which can really help with the mind games of being able to, hey, what are you doing? How are you dealing with us versus how do we deal with you? Just being able to have them target down the Pokemon they don't want to target is really important for this team because we need to be able to pick up one KO. Like the Manectric. It needs to be able to do exactly one thing. If I can make it where their fast Pokemon doesn't take out Manectric, then that means Manectric is taking out their Pokemon. That seems very important for us. So we also have Gardevoir this week. Gardevoir is kind of our counter to ruuuuuuuumble because we have Trick plus Eject Button. Notably, Incineroar and Serena are going to be slower than Gardevoir, so if they go for the Dynamax on the ruuuuuuumble, we can Trick, give them the Eject Button, and then hit them with either of these two, and we will get rid of their ruuuuuuumble. We also have Will-O-Wisp, which can hopefully deal with the Cinderace depending on if it's not Libero, I would be very surprised. It can also potentially neuter like the Barraskewda and the Wishy-Washy. We also just have Ally Switch here as well, just being able to, again, have those mind games to be able to disrupt our opponent as much as we possibly can. And then Dazzling Gleam is just like fairy coverage, which we don't really have anywhere outside of Serena, and just being able to have a little bit of spread damage. So, the fastest Pokemon this week we really need to worry about are like Cinderace and Barraskewda, which we have Rotom to cover both of those. And then past that, like, we have speed control on two of our Pokemon. We have Ally Switch on two of our Pokemon. So really, we're looking at hopefully being able to just take over the game as quickly as possible and dealing with them. So, Incineroar not only is fake out support, but also is like pretty aggressive. We have the Burning Jealousy if they are trying to go for the Aqua Jet weakness policy shenanigans with ruuuuuuumble. We can just Burning Jealousy, give them that burn. Wishy-Washy might also be carrying the weakness policy, and if they are, then like Rotom plus Manectric deals with it. But we also can burn it there. Burning Jealousy is really Incineroar's version of Will-O-Wisp. We can do this in front of Cinderace to be able to deal with them there, and just be able to, like, if they go for a Max Airstream, well, now we're getting a burn off on both of their Pokemon. Max Knuckle, we're getting a burn off on both of their Pokemon, and just being able to hopefully deal with their Pokemon before they can actually deal with us. So that is what I have for this week for the intro. We'll be back here very shortly to actually have game one getting ready to start. So we will be back then. Have a good one. Be back shortly. Okay. And it looks like we are set up. Looks like everything is good to go. So let's see what Mafia is bringing this week. If we can, yeah, we'll decide. If we can actually get everything all set up and all that good stuff. I was just messaging him. I'm like, yeah, I need to download the series rules because I don't think I've done that yet. Like, yeah, I should probably do that too. We're gonna put this on random because, you know, no one ever leaves me a comment saying exactly what music they want to hear. So until they do, I'm just gonna leave it on random. Let's see how week one goes. Let's see how correctly prepared we are. All right, so we're not getting memed on in the traditional sense, but we do have Sableye, Alchemy, Rotom Mow, ruuuuuuumble, Cinderace, and Kingdra. So we do see that rain team that I kind of envisioned, and I think because we want Incineroar because it needs that fake outs, the fake out and the intimidate support for Cinderace and ruuuuuuumble. I think we want... Rotom plus Incineroar up front, because I have a feeling they're going to lead on Cinderace. The Alchemy is going to decorate on something, and I'm not sure what. But we can go for a Thunder Wave onto the Alchemy and a Burning Jealousy onto whatever they are like partnered with, and that should be able to deal with it. So I'm going to bring Serena in the back to be able to counteract the Sableye if they lead on it. I think I want the Manectric in the back as well. Yeah, I think this looks solid. I'm really excited to actually play, because I haven't played Series 5 on console yet. So really excited to actually get down to playing my first games on console in several weeks at this point. So we are going to see Cinderace Sableye as a lead here. Very interesting. So we got Rotom plus Incineroar like we led on. I think we are immediately going to switch out the Rotom. Actually, I think it is correct to go for a Hydro Pump into the Cinderace here. And I think we're going to immediately switch out the Incineroar for Serena. I want to be able to prevent them from fake outing our Rotom. We really need to hit this Hydro Pump, and I'm not sure exactly how much this is going to do. It might have been correct to go for a Thunder Wave into it and then Dynamax the Rotom next turn, just so then we are faster. But we are going to see the Dynamax from the Cinderace here. Let's see if this is the Gigantamax version or not. I can't imagine it's not. Oh, it isn't actually. So they want that Max Flare over the redirection, which I completely understand. Like, I don't have redirection this week, so being able to manipulate the weather as they need seems fine. So Queenly Majesty is going to prevent that fake out from actually going off. We are going to get that Hydro Pump into the Cinderace, going to do about 75%. That's not terrible. We are going to see that Libero Max Knuckle going into the Serena, doing pretty decent damage in all actuality. So our Rotom is Choice Scarfed into Hydro Pump, which should be enough to pick up the KO on the Cinderace, if that's the play here, which I believe it is. I think we're going to go for a Play Rough into this Sableye. Just try to pick up some KOs quick and early here. So we do connect with that Hydro Pump, picking up the KO for the Cinderace. Being able to quickly eliminate their Dynamax and not letting them actually take advantage of it. So pretty solid start here, if I do say so. The Play Rough, not quite enough to pick up the KO, but we are going to get that eject button to switch out the Sableye. So that means the Serena is actually really important for us, because that means that the Sableye is also going to be carrying Trick or Switcheroo, whichever one it gets. I can't fully remember. But being able to prevent the switch, the trick for our Dynamax Pokemon is really important here. So we're going to see the Rotom Mo come out, and we're going to see a really pretty Alchemy come out here as well. So I think it's correct to go ahead and just Hydro Pump it down this Alchemy. And we're going to triple Axle into this Rotom. Let's see how much this does if we connect. Well, we're 3 for 3 on Hydro Pumps today. And that Leaf Storm is going to be able to pick up the KO there. Notably, we are faster than their Rotom, or at least it seems to be on surface level. So it could also be that we are speed tied, but I don't see a reason that we would be speed tied. Going to see that Citrus Berry, so that does eliminate the Choice Scarf for it as well. But triple Axle connecting all three, picking up that KO on the Rotom. And we're in a very demanding lead here at the very beginning of this game. You'll see the Mystical Fire go into the Serena, not doing a whole lot just because we do have that Assault Vest on. So let's see. They have. I don't think there's any particular reason to show them any more information than what we already have so far. So I'm just gonna switch back into the Incineroar here. We're gonna see their Sableye come out. Gonna get another Intimidate off, which doesn't really mean anything in the face of Sableye and Alchemy, but better safe than sorry. We're gonna go for a Fake Out into that Alchemy, and yeah, let's just go ahead and pick up the KO on the Sableye. You're gonna see the Protect from the Alchemy, which that's good to know. Just to have that information that it does carry Protect. Play Rough is gonna connect one more time, picking up the KO on the Sableye. And now it's a 1v4 with Alchemy, and I don't see this going particularly well. I'm gonna hit that Burning Jealousy, but actually, I don't think it's correct to hit Burning Jealousy. I think it's better to hit the Darkest Lariat, even though it is neutral damage. I think it's better to preserve the information that they don't know we have the Burning Jealousy, in the event that they go for something later with that Cinderace, and we can be able to hit them with it as need be. So, gonna see the Triple Axle not do a whole lot. We're going to see the Decorate into the Serena, the biggest of brain plays. Going to get those stat boosts real big, and Darkest Lariat should be enough to be able to pick up the KO here on the Alchemy. And it is. And we are quickly going into Game 2. So going to connect here, gonna play with the same rules. Going into Game 2, let's see how they adjust. I think we played that game pretty well, if you ask me. Let's see how Mafia adjusts, and let's go back to the drawing board ourselves. Let's see if there's actually anything we want to switch up. So we know we didn't really see a lot. Like, in all actuality, we didn't see... So let's see, what do we want to do? I don't think we want to change it all. I think we're just going to Incineroar Rotom, have Serena in the back, and maybe we want Klinkling just to be able to deal with the Alchemy a little better. I don't hate that. It also adds another form of speed control for the Cinderace and the Kingdra. Yeah, I don't hate that. Let's go for that. I actually don't know what song this is. So we're going to see Kingdra Runerigus here as their lead. Interesting. Very interesting. What do we do against this? So I could see the Dynamax immediately from the Kingdra. I think we're going to Fake Out into the Kingdra, because I think it might just be... I'm not entirely sure what we want to do here. We could Thunder Wave down the Kingdra as well. Let's just Hydro Pump into this Runerigus. Let's see how this goes. Gonna withdraw the Runerigus, bringing out the Alchemy. Okay. We are gonna see the Dynamax from the Kingdra as well. So, unfortunately, it doesn't look like we played this first turn entirely great. So we are gonna get this Fake off just enough to do minuscule chip damage. Yeah, oh, that actually did, like, way more than I anticipated. Rotom gonna get that Hydro Pump off into the Alchemy. Gonna do fairly decent damage. We're gonna see a Max Geyser, I'm assuming, going into this Incineroar, which I can't imagine we're gonna live. Oh, interesting. So we are gonna reveal our Guava Berry here. And I think it is 1000% okay to switch out this Incineroar right now. Question is what do we bring in? I think Serena's probably our best play. Just because it's probably our best effort to be able to deal with the Kingdra. Maybe we just double swap here. No, I think it's important to be able to take out this Alchemy now. And hopefully they're targeting down that Incineroar slot so they can get rid of our Intimidate. You're going to see the Alchemy come out. We are going to see another Max Geyser, I'm assuming, into that same slot. Which, if so, Serena's going to take this pretty well. Thank you, Assault Vest. Going to see another Hydro Pump. Going to fire that off. We are 5 for 5 on Hydro Pumps today. And this should pick up the KO. Thank you, Rain Boost. Okay. We're not in a commanding lead, but I do feel good about our position. Maybe it's correct to go for the Dynamax on... I think we're going to Dynamax and go for the Max Hailstorm onto the Rotom. I think we're going to switch into Klinklang here. Because I want to be able to preserve the Incineroar for another Intimidate drop on the Runerigus. So I think that's important for us. And I think if we Dynamax, we should be able to take hopefully anything coming out from this Kingdra. Between Assault Vest and the HP doubling, we hopefully can. It's probably going to be like a Max Wormwind into that slot. The big thing is, because we're going to be slower, we're going to be able to reset the weather. And this is their last turn of... we're going to see the Airstream, which we still just take excellently. So, they're going to get their speed boost. Their Rotom's going to be faster than us now. Hopefully we're just going to see a Leaf Storm into the Klinklang here. We do see the Leaf Storm into the Klinklang, which Klinklang is going to take exceptionally well as well. So I think Klinklang's play for the rest of this game is to just hit Thunder Wave. I think that is his primary goal. And just Max Hailstorm immediately taking out the Rotom is really, really well for us. So the Kingdra with the +1 should outspeed our Klinklang. I would be very surprised if that's not the case. Even though we are max speed. But we're gonna reveal a little bit of information here with the leftovers going off on the Klinklang. Not too big of a deal. But that was also their last turn at Dynamax, so we should be able to hopefully deal with this Kingdra this turn. I think we actually just want to deal with the Runerigus now. And I'm gonna click Ally Switch. I'm just gonna try to get him. Hopefully it's like Scald. See, I know it's Hurricane as the flying move on Kingdra. I can't think of any other flying move that it gets, even if it is a physical variant, which the way that damage has been looking, even at -1, it's not physical. So that guarantees that it's Hurricane, which we've changed the weather, so it's not gonna be it's not going to be guaranteed to hit. We're going to see that Hurricane into the Clink Clang. Ally Switch just coming out like a champ today. They are going to get that confusion off, which doesn't really matter. And we are way faster than this Rodriguez. Hopefully it's not going to... Oh, yeah, it's not going to take that well either. And just like that, we have set ourselves up for a 4v1 against this Kingdra. So that in and of itself, I think, is the... I'm pretty sure we would have lived the Hurricane, even if Serena did take it, just because we are at pretty decent HP, and we are carrying the Assault Vest. So I think we're just gonna fire off the Thunder Wave here. Kingdra should be faster. I can't imagine it's not at +1. Draco not gonna be enough to take out the Serena. We're gonna get that Thunder Wave off. Hopefully. I forgot we were confused. We are going to get that Thunder Wave off. So now the Serena is going to be faster. And this Max Fairy, the Max Starfall, hopefully is going to be enough to take out the Kingdra. So that is going to do it for this week. The Baltimore Blazikens are going to move to 1-0, and we have some real good teams at 1-0 already. So really excited to actually see where we end up and who we end up playing next week. So looking forward to it. Make sure you go and watch Carl's match of the Draft League as well. I'm sure he's going to be posting his. I know we also have Evan Smoke sent in, I believe it's Evan. Evan sent in his Draft League match as well, so you can always go watch it as well. It's a very good match as well. So really, if you're looking for Draft League content, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're gonna have a ton of it coming out from this season. A lot of the guys in the Draft League have picked up capture cards so they can actually send in their videos to have us do commentary over it and stuff like that. So really looking forward to this season, and we're off to a fantastic start at 1-0. So have a good week, everybody. I'll be back next week. Make sure you go listen to this week's podcast as well. We're gonna probably talk about our Draft League matches there, and we will be back next week. Have a good one. Peace.